Coach Jason coming back at you for another edition of Straight Jabs. Tonight, our guest is Nicole Ocasio. She is a USA Boxing national team member, and we're going to chat with her and talk about boxing, life in the COVID, how training is, and all that other good stuff. So, what's up, Eric? What's going on? Waving right back at you. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. This is the People's Channel, Straight Jabs. I guess we got Nicole joining us now.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. I'm always telling people, I'm always trying out different headsets. I'm an audiophile, so I never like to not have myself sound where you can hear me properly.
Oh, yeah,
Vice
yeah.
versa. Yeah. So I got like all kinds of different headphones and Bluetooth stuff. So I'm like, all right. I just got these today by Amazon. So I'm like, all right, they're
That
pretty
what?
good. The fit is good. I just got these new ones today, delivered by Amazon like a couple of hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
So the fit is good. So I can move around. Nothing's
They
gonna
don't
fall out.
knock out or anything.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Cool. So thanks for joining. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Taking your
me.
time out, taking your time out from training and a lot of other things you probably have going on, and family.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So tell me about your journey into boxing and how you got
Well,
started.
I used to do track because both of my parents, they were cross-country runners, track stars. So they wanted me to be in that too. And that's how I started in just sports in general. And then, like, when I was around 14 years old, I got really sick with pneumonia. And because of that, I lost a lot of weight and stuff. So my dad took me to a boxing gym to get more conditioning. And I hated it at first, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It was not my thing. But as I got more conditioning and I got more into it, I decided to do my first sparring, and then after that, I kind of just fell in love with the sport, and here I am now.
Yeah, cool, cool. So in terms of running, do you still use that as part of your training, or do you
Oh
still
yeah,
enjoy it?
definitely, yeah.
Okay,
Running, do it every day.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
running road work. So tell me about that. Is that something you do? Do you do sprinting? Do you do just long distance? It's like a slower, more steady state pace. How do you
Yeah.
incorporate that?
We try to mix it up. Uh, some days long distance, some days sprints. I personally like long distance. I hate doing sprints, but I can run for hours, just
Ah,
miles. Because I put my headphones on and I kind of just, you know,
go
go
out.
with it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm the complete opposite.
You like sprints?
I like this, but I'm a bigger guy, so I'm 245, not ideally 245, but I'm 245. Ideally, like probably like 195, but I'm an
hmm
old guy now. So, but yeah, I never really liked the long distance run. I like the sprint and then
Oh yeah.
so yeah, cool. So like so right now with COVID and the pandemic and all of that, how has that affected your training? How does it affect you first, as a person
Um,
and your family? So
in the beginning, it was pretty hard because our gym had closed, and then I was just training in my garage with my dad for like almost 2 months, probably something like that. I hated it because the focus was on me though all the time, and it was tough. And I missed working out with other people at the gym and seeing everybody. But now, even though that we're still in a pandemic, we go to the gym, we're just extra careful, we wear our masks and stuff, always wash your hands.
that yeah.
But fighting wise, it's made it really complicated. I haven't fought. I'm pretty sure it's been almost a year since I've fought because of COVID. And hopefully I'll be able to fight on the end of March in nationals. That's what we're hopefully everything goes well because it was set for December, but then they canceled it because of Corona. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
So how has sparring been with that? So are you able to, I know you're training, like you said, being careful, probably a little more isolated, but are you able to get any sparring in, or has it been more focused on like the technique and the fitness aspect of
Yeah,
training?
I've been definitely getting sparring in, and we've been traveling to places to get sparring as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So what's your favorite part of training, in terms of not the road work, when you're
In terms
in
of
the
what?
pocket? What's your favorite part of training when not the road work part, but when you're in the gym, doing pad work? Is it pad work that's your favorite? Is it sparring? What's your favorite part of training? What do you like to do?
Um, it has to be a tie between pad work and sparring. Definitely, yeah. I like sparring, especially with the guys, because I can show like, hey, I can beat you up too, or almost. I'm like almost there.
That actually was going to be part of something I was going to ask you. So when you spar, do you spar a lot of guys? Is there a lot of women to train with, or does it a lot of times is it guys that are closer to your weight or even bigger guys? How does that work
It depends. I mainly spar with guys at my home gym, but that's why we have to travel a lot to get more sparring with women and things like that. Because there's not a lot of like good, I mean, there is, but they're kind of spread out everywhere. Good quality women to spar with. And then
out?
a lot of the times, if you got good women around you, it'll be the same sparring all the time, and you kind of need to switch it up sometimes. Because then
Because
you both get used to each other, and
yeah,
eventually it's
okay,
like you need something else. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The numbers just don't work out overall. You
Yeah.
need a different flow of people coming in and out to kind of give you a
Yeah.
different look. So do you get a chance to, especially with guys, they're supposed to be stronger. Not always true. Not always true, because I've seen my wife give birth, so it's not true. Uh, not true at all. But do you get a chance to like, take advantage by hitting them a little harder than you probably would if it was a woman in there with you? Or,
I mean, sometimes it depends who I'm sparring with. Yeah. But you could ask the people at my gym. There's been times where I've gone all out, like it's been a brawl with me and some other guy,
cool.
but I
Yeah,
always get good work.
yeah, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
'Cause, even with guys, you can have a big guy and a small guy. The small guy could probably throw a little more because the
Mhm.
bigger guy can take a little more. So, it's a fair
Yeah.
exchange. And then the big guy gets to, work on his speed, work on time and stuff like that. So it's all
Yeah.
works out. So in terms of competition, what's one of the toughest fights you've had, and describe that how it felt. You know.
Um. Hmm. I've had. Uh, I think I would probably have to say when I went to Budapest, Hungary, in international, and I fought with the Hungarian girl, so her hometown and everything. And I think the reason why it was the toughest is because it was new for me. It was my first time fighting international, so the nerves of it, and also I guess her style, which I got it towards the end. You know, after like half of the second round, I was already starting to get her pace. But in the beginning, she's like one of the European boxers, a lot of jumping and a lot of wrestling, which
So tying up
that makes me so mad. But I think that was probably one of my toughest ones. But I still did really good. I think personally.
okay. So listen, that's all that matters. I think, especially in the amateurs. I think people probably get caught up. You're lucky enough to be at the national level, but I think a lot of people probably think about their records too much rather than trying to get quality of the fights they
Yeah,
need so that they can carry that through to the next one.
yeah. And then I
Okay.
think another fight that's been like close to like also pretty tough, like the Hungarian one, was when I fought with the Argentina from this girl from Argentina because she was a lefty boxer, and it was kind of tough for me at first to get her. But I beat her the first time we fought, and then the second time it was really close, but she had gotten me the second time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
But
my Bluetooth got knocked off for
oh,
some reason. Okay, let me take these out. There's where it failed me. But we're back. We're back. All right. Um, so when you're not training, what do you like to eat?
I honestly eat healthy almost all the time, even when I'm not training, because
Mhm.
I try to think of it as like it's my lifestyle, not a diet. But when I do like my cheat meals, I'm pretty basic. I like fries or ice cream. My favorite food is sushi, definitely. That's like
Ah, okay.
where I go to right away. But
I
other than
can feel
that,
you
I'm
on that.
pretty healthy all the time.
Yeah. All right, cool. Do you cook at all, or do you just, you kind of take out, or someone else does the cooking?
Oh
Or,
no, yeah, I definitely cook at home.
huh? Right.
Yeah.
What's your specialty? What's your number one thing to cook?
My specialty, well, I don't cook this a lot. Actually, I've only cooked it once. But favorite meals that I cooked, it's a chili with plantains. It was amazing.
Hmm.
One of my
Okay.
favorite meals that I've ever made.
Cool. Very cool.
Restaurant quality.
Oh, you froze up on me a little bit. Okay, cool. There we go. We're back. We're back. So when you're training, do you listen to music when you go on those do that road work? And then what do you listen to?
I only listen to music when I run, usually if it's long distance and stuff. And I kind of listen to a little bit of everything, but I listen to like Hispanic music or a little bit of rap. I really like R&B. Um, I also like rock music as well. I like a little
Hmm.
bit of everything. Like I said,
Cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So tell me about your Hispanic. So tell me about your culture. Where is your family from?
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born there also, and then we moved to Florida. And then my junior year of high school is when we moved to Texas.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very
But
cool.
my
Yeah,
whole
I mean, I'm on
family
the
is
East
from,
Coast, so there's
huh?
a lot of Puerto Ricans here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I went to high school. Obviously we're super diverse here, so you're not gonna not meet a Puerto Rican somewhere.
Yeah. You've had
So
the Puerto
that's
Rican
cool.
food?
So tell me, who's your favorite female fighter of all time, and your favorite female fighter today?
Um, I think they're almost the same. My favorite female fighter of all time would probably have to be I think like Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor, female fighters of all time, and probably now as well.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, because she's my weight also. She's 132, 135, and I just think she has a really amazing style. She can box, but she can also brawl.
Yeah.
And another one of my favorite fighters as well is Michaela Mayer, who's
Hmm.
also in
Hmm.
my weight class. And
Yeah, I did see photos of you and her together, so I'm
yeah,
interested.
she's a great boxer, and it's amazing to be able to work with her side by side and just watch her at the gym training. And of course, I can't forget about Amanda Serrano. She's one of my favorite
Oh
ones,
yes. Cool.
Boricua.
Yep,
You
absolutely. One of
know?
the best. One of the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about your dad. Give me an insight into your dad because he got you into it, right? He kind of pushed you in that direction.
Yeah.
Although he wasn't necessarily himself into boxing, he kind of put you in that direction after, like you said,
Hmm.
running being the primary sport, and then say, hey, why don't you try boxing? How, how's his involvement in what you're doing right now?
He's very involved actually. He travels everywhere with me. He's basically my coach. Like
Mhm.
I have other coaches and then there's him. He's always there by my side, always correcting me, watching my every move. You know. So I have a coach at the gym and I have a coach back home, but he's really supportive and I feel like I wouldn't be here where I am today without him.
Very good. Shout out to Dad. I know he's somewhere
Yeah.
probably listening or going to listen at some point. So I want to give him a shout out because I'm a father of a little girl. So I know one day she may or may not be, into boxing, but if she is, we know that we're always got your back no matter what. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. All right. So I got a little list right here. I call it the straight jab list. All right. So
Hmm.
it's going to be two options, and you get to choose one. You could explain the reason why you chose it, or you could just say, you move on and I just can ask the next one. So it's just going to be like a quick list of questions and then boom,
All
we're
right.
back to the interview. All right. So here we go. We got Ali or Tyson.
Ollie.
Okay. Mayweather or Pacquiao.
Mayweather. It's it already.
All right. We got Joshua Fury.
Fury.
Okay. Layla Ali, Clarissa Shields.
I got my girl Clarissa Shields for sure.
We got burgers or pizza.
Burgers or who?
Burgers or pizza.
Burgers.
Burger. Okay. All right.
And you froze.
I'm sorry. Taco or burrito?
Tacos or burritos? Tacos.
All right. All right. We got scrambled eggs or an omelet.
An omelet. 'Cause you can add stuff inside.
Cool. We got a jab or a cross.
Jab. It's the most important thing.
Yep. I agree 100%. We got buffalo wings or Thanksgiving turkey.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to go with the turkey.
Good choice. Good choice. All right. You got a hook or an uppercut.
Uppercut.
Okay. Knicks or Lakers.
Ah. I, hmm, this is gonna be a choice without like any knowledge. Lakers.
I'm sorry. You froze up. Yeah, there you go.
Do you hear me? Oh, yeah, Lakers.
Lakers. Okay. Yeah, I get hate for that because I'm a Laker fan on the East Coast. I'm in New Jersey and I'm at the north point of Jersey where I can literally swim across the river to New York City. So
Wow.
I'm getting hate.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Cowboys or Giants.
Um, I'm gonna say the Cowboys.
You in Texas, so if you said
Oh
anything
yeah,
else,
that's why.
you'd be in some trouble. All right, so we got popcorn or potato chips.
Popcorn for sure. That's my favorite meal. I mean, favorite
Mm.
snack.
Yeah, I just had some actually. That's why I asked it.
So that I had it before the interview.
Yeah, it's interactive. I gotta think about it. All right, so
Exactly.
American cheese or cheddar cheese.
cheddar cheese.
Oh,
Do you
sorry.
hear me? Oh,
There you go.
cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese. Just so the people know in the world, American cheese is not real cheese. It's just a processed product. It just, just someone made it to be something they call cheese because it melts nice. So
But it's not
just a
cheese.
fact. It's not real cheese. No.
No.
Yeah. Look on the ingredients on the back of something that says American cheese versus a natural cheddar, and you'll see a
hmm
vastly different list of ingredients in terms of how many there are. You'll know one is real and one isn't. You know?
Damn.
Yeah. Last one. Crawford or Spence?
Spence.
Spence.
Spence. I
All
love
right.
Spence and I love how he boxes. Yeah, definitely Spence.
Cool. All right. Glad that was good. That was good. Nice answers. It gives you an insight into how you are, how you think, what you like. All right. So I got a few more for you. I don't want to hold you all night because you got things to do. So give me an insight on your style. Like when you fight, how would you describe yourself? And then how would say your coach or your dad, how would they describe you?
Like my boxing style, you mean?
Yeah.
I think I have a little bit of kind of everything. Because I can box and I can also brawl, and I'm very technical. And I feel like my dad would say that I'm very technical, and I try to throw the punches correctly and stuff. And my dad has always taught me to do both. To have um, different styles, different techniques. Just in
Mhm.
case if you have a boxer, what to do with the boxer. If you have a brawler, what to do with the brawler. So depending who I fight with, that will be the style that I'll have that night.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. I think that's something that people don't really understand is, especially in the amateurs, you don't know who you're fighting a lot of times. Maybe at the level you are, because when you're in the nationals, a lot of times the cream has risen to the top. So, it
Mm,
might be a tight knit few that you see all the time. But, for someone on a local level, you don't know who you're going to fight. So you might walk
yeah,
into a fight with, that brawler or that boxer or that rangy person or that short armed, tight hook kind of puncher. And so you have to have, answers for all those different types of styles in order to be
yeah,
successful, you
exactly.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like since I have different types of styles, it's harder for another fighter to be able to tell what I'm gonna do. Because in a fight with some girl, I might be pushing forward, but then in a different fight, I'll be boxing, and it'll be different. It's not always the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So, do you have any interest in MMA at all?
Um, it's I don't think I would end up actually fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I kind of want to try it out to see how it is,
Mm-hmm.
but actually fighting professionally MMA, I don't know.
Yes, it's different. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
different. I think it's a matter of learning the discipline, the other disciplines you think you'll need to be successful, you know.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
at your core, you're going to be a boxer, because that's what you know, that's your base, I would say.
hmm
And then you have to pick up the other elements to, round out your skill set so you could, not be caught in something, and
Yeah.
get hurt. Safety first. Yeah. So give me your top three fighters of all time. Your three favorite fighters. If you had them in a room to be able to pick their brain, who would you choose?
Um, I think my first one would have to be oh my gosh, can I not remember his name at the moment? He's a Puerto Rican fighter. Oh my goodness.
um, Someone from the 90s,
Okay, well,
80s?
let me tell you my second. My second is gonna be Lomachenko
Hmm. Okay.
because yeah, I mean, you should know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My third would be Teofimo Lopez. I think he has amazing skill. Um, and my first would have to be Tito Trinidad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a legend, so yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Put it out. He's about to be the number one Puerto Rican fighter. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Cool. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm I think you're gonna do well in boxing. I watched some of your fights on YouTube, and I feel like you have a good head on your shoulders, great skills, and I feel like the sky's the limit.
Thank
Um,
you.
so, like you said, next for you is the nationals, right? So that's gonna put you in position to be, for the next Olympics, right?
Mm.
So, given that you go to the Olympics and everything goes as planned, do you foresee a pro career after that, or do you want to kind of wait and see?
Yeah.
You know?
I think if I, God willing, go to the Olympics for 2024, I do see a pro career
Mhm.
uh, bound to happen,
Cool, very cool.
depending how everything goes, taking one day at a time.
Right, right, right. You don't want to look too far ahead, but
Yeah.
you have goals, but you got to accomplish one to get to the
Yeah.
next one, right? You got to build the blocks, build the house. All right. Well, I'm not gonna hold you long. I appreciate you joining me and doing this with me,
Thank
and
you for having me.
I look forward to talking with you more in the future, and I'm going to be watching and supporting everything you're doing. Tell your family, your coaches, your team, wish them all well, and I'll talk with you again soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
All
night.
right. All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining. All right, everyone. That was Nicole Ocasio from the U.S. national team. She's going to the nationals, and yeah, look out for her. Follow her on Instagram, and you can also find some video on her on YouTube. So thanks everybody for joining. If you have any questions for future stuff, follow me at Team Hazardous. I'm Coach Jason, and I will talk to you guys another time. So good night.